There's a perception in Brazil that, you know, using an American like Paris Hilton in an ad and showing all of this skin here, it actually, people are tired of that cliche in Brazil. It's an emerging nation, very sophisticated with its technology, and a lot of people protested when this ad was shown on TV. It was banned, actually. It was banned by the Brazilian censors, something that does not happen very often. And I'm sure some of you have seen this and you've read about this commercial. So you think that was pushing the boundaries too far. But actually, initially this campaign,
forward.
Initially, this campaign was something completely digital. Paris Hilton had been invited by Devassa Beer to go clubbing for 3 weeks, and every night, you know, Paris Hilton, being who she was, could be quite provocative and in some striking poses. The videos of this going out and clubbing were uploaded every day onto the internet, onto YouTube. It got an enormous following in Brazil. And so I think this is a case where a brand trying to be really edgy, pushing the cultural boundary in Brazil, was very successful. And the ad was only the tip of the iceberg, and getting it actually forbidden by the government in Brazil was the cherry on the cake. It helped Devassa increase its sales enormously.
Great. Thank you very much. Good examples. We'll start with a fairly broad question for Trevor, I think. On the one hand, technology is undoubtedly making the world smaller and naturally more global, yet aspects such as social networking, for example, are making the world smaller, creating niche local communities. So which do you feel is becoming more important?
I think one's facilitating the other. I mean, the way we see ourselves is as a platform that facilitates both global and local. So at the one end, you connect with everyone that you connect with across the globe. On Facebook, I've got many friends, and I connect with people that in America or across the world when I travel. But the other end, I've got a series of pages that I connect with. So I connect with my local cafe, for instance, who has about 100 fans, and every Saturday morning update their status to tell me what the menu is and what the deal is. And I can do those two things on that platform because it is a platform, and it is a piece of technology that enables all of those things. So I don't think that there's one weighs over the other. I think they both coexist, and they're both as important and influential as each other.
Okay, thank you. And Elliot, from your perspective, how do you think consumers are responding? Are they becoming more global or more local? Facebook is obviously based on a universal concept, that of friendship, but how do markets actually socialize around the world and interact and connect? Is that a global way, or is there a local difference?
I think that's a really interesting question, because obviously it's a universal thing around the world to have friends in every single culture. And Facebook, which was developed in the United States, I think was developed with a specific sense of friendship, which is quite American, which is having quite a few friends is a good thing, and showing the number of friends that you have is something that one can be proud of. And you see that on the Facebook page. You actually see how many friends you have and how many friends someone else has. And that's been enormously successful. But in Japan, I think it hasn't been very successful, because in Japan, it's not necessarily considered a good thing to have too many friends. You can be seen as superficial if you're showing on your page more than 50 friends. And same with the like button. As Trevor was saying, the homepage of Facebook is the same everywhere in the world, but I think it's worthwhile adjusting sometimes, because it's not necessarily seen as a good thing of liking indiscriminately too many pages and too many people. And same thing, the wall, the public wall on Facebook can be quite embarrassing for some Japanese people, for information to be shared too much. So the way friendship and the way friends actually interact, I think, is quite different from one culture to another. In Japan, Mixi is the local Facebook and has been very successful in not having a like button, not having a number of where you see how many friends are there, and not having a wall, but having some other functions. I wanted to say that to provoke a little bit Trevor and see what he says about that.
So stay calm.
There's two things. I mean, our concept isn't about friends, it's about connections, right? So we talk about the social graph and connecting with things that are of value. That could be people, that could be brands and organizations, that could be various businesses. So I'd push back on that. It's not about friends, because I have as many connections with brands and organizations as I do with people. I connect to TechCrunch or to Coca-Cola or to Adidas Football or anyone that adds value to my experience on Facebook. And the increase or the rollout of the Open Graph in terms of like is about being able to create more connections with things that are of value in terms of your internet experience, and that could mean more than just people. So I take issue with the friends aspect. On the Japanese case, yeah, there is that, and we look at that, and we have got a team in Japan on the market, in the local market, that are looking at local issues like that to think about how we can escalate our product in that market, because the market is so different. In fact, the market is really different in terms of what people in Japan use Facebook for. It's gaming primarily. Maybe it's because of the issues that you talked about.